Hey everyone, we're currently checking in from the San Diego airport here. We are headed to Disney.
Checked in at the airport. It was really easy without the kids. And yeah, now we just have to sit and wait for our flight.
We're flying out Southwest, and we are stopping in Houston for a little while and then continuing on to Walt Disney World. Hey everyone, so we're here in Houston, and unfortunately our flight has been delayed. We were supposed to leave at 4:50, now it's not leaving until 7:30. That is like almost 3 hours of delays. I've already called the rental car. It should be held for 12 hours. We won't have to worry about losing our rental car. We do have a hotel for tonight, but it just might mean that we're not getting in until ridiculously really late, but you know, it is what it is. Right now I'm headed to a candy shop that we saw, or chocolate shop that we saw walking in, and we're gonna go indulge in some chocolate, because if you're like us, it's like stress and things like that. We want chocolate, must have chocolate. It reminds me, we just watched Mamma Mia. It's a Universal movie, by the way, and I know it's not a ride at Universal Studios, but since we're heading to Universal Studios on this Universal movies kick, and in the second Mamma Mia, here we go again, when I can't remember the one character, Rose, I think, she is stressed because man, I'm forgetting the characters now, but whatever Lily James's character is, the main character, her best friend is like, I need cake, I need cake, must have cake. And that's kind of like us right now. Chocolate, must have chocolate. So I'm gonna get some chocolate, and then we're gonna sit and wait 2.5 hours. We are finally on the plane. It is like 7:45, like 3 hours after our last plane should have landed, 4 hours after we got here.
We're done.
And we still have another 2.5 hour flight to go. We gotta get our rental car, get to the hotel.
It may be really, should I say early when we go to bed, because it's going to be like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, we'll see.
We will check in with you. I don't know if we'll explain the whole situation today or if we'll wait until tomorrow, but we'll see how it goes, and we're going to play that one by ear, all right? So we're here in Orlando. It is now 11:15, and I am waiting for the little monorail tram thing that is here, and I'm gonna go straight to the rental car location. Amy is going to go get our bags. Hopefully that's gonna speed up getting a rental car and that sort of thing at this time of night. So we're here at the Alamo rental station. This is the line for Alamo. You see that? Nothing, empty. Okay, so here's Enterprise, and let's go walk down here. This right here is the line for Thrifty and Dollar. Yeah, crazy long. Yeah, we bypassed that. Not bypassed it, but we got a better one. We got Alamo. So hopefully it's a better vehicle.
I know, we'll find out.
We'll find out?
We're just glad to finally be here.
After, how long has it been? We got to the airport this morning at 8:30 our time, which was 11:30, so it's been 12 hours of travel.
12 hours.
But here we are in Orlando, and the humidity hits you. But that's okay. Amy's probably wishing she wasn't wearing a jacket right now.
Yeah, but it's okay.
So this is our vehicle. We got a minivan. We basically picked a surprise option, so when I booked it, like, we didn't pick the vehicle type that we wanted. It was just like a, oh, you know, whatever, random one, just because I thought maybe we'd get something like super nice and sporty. No, instead, we get a minivan or a pickup truck. It's like, let's go with the minivan. So yeah, we got a Chrysler. And yeah, that's what it looks like. So check this out. I mean, we don't own minivans. We don't ever, so you probably can't even tell because it's super dark, but this is a really, really deep, really deep vehicle. So yeah, we left the kids at home and we get the minivan.
I know. I was like, I want this car at home. Can we have this car at home?
So this hotel has Star Wars Land stuff on the elevator. It's got these like Toy Story Land blocks here.
It's also under construction.
Yes, there's a lot of construction going on here.
Confusing.
So we're here at our room at the Courtyard by Marriott, just outside of Disney Springs. I'm going to show you the room real quick, and then we're going to explain what went on with our flights. So this is a quick look at the bathroom area. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time doing this room tour because this is not our ultimate room end. But this is just the quick little room that we got for the night. Just something cheap, less than $100 for this hotel room just to get us through the night. Caribbean Beach, significantly more expensive, and we didn't want to pay an extra night for that. So this is where we are. Amy said we had a nice balcony, so this is a quick look at the balcony. It does look like they have this pool and water play area, but it's under construction, as is just about everything in this hotel right now. And so you can't actually even go to it. But we got to the San Diego airport at about 8:30 this morning. Everything was going according to plan. I didn't even film really anything there. I did a quick 1.5-minute video just letting you guys know we were in the airport, we were on the way. Posted that to the YouTube channel. And then, that was it. I did film takeoff. I filmed landing at Houston. Everything was going great. Everything was going grand. And the second I turned my phone back on from airplane mode, I was hit with 3 notifications, 3 texts from Southwest that our flight had been delayed. Each time it was getting later and later. It was currently up to like 6:50 or something. We were supposed to leave at 4:50, 4:55 out of Houston. So it was pushed back to 6:50. You saw earlier how we were talking about being delayed and things like that. Well, we were sitting down. It ended up getting delayed all the way to 7:30. They changed the flight like 3 or 4 more times, pushing it 10 minutes apart, 10 minutes away each time. We were sitting down there waiting for the flight to go, and the people sitting next to us, we got chatting with them, and the guy has a friend who is a pilot with Southwest, so he asked what was going on. And they said that apparently they changed software this week, and they noticed that there was like a ding or a paint chip or something in one of the planes, which they have to fix or repair before they can send the flight out. So they put it into like repair mode. They fixed up whatever the problem was, but then because it was new software, nobody could figure out how to take the plane back out of repair mode and into full service. And because of that, they had to go get an entirely different plane, and that's what caused the 2.5-hour, 3-hour delay, was a tiny little paint chip and new software that they couldn't figure out how to work. So it was a bit of a nightmare. Plus, apparently, Houston had a major weather, like flash flood type stuff that morning. So a flight that was canceled, it was supposed to go out at like 10 a.m., was completely canceled. And a lot of those people were on our plane. So we get on the plane, and because of the mix-up, they like overbooked or something like that. So they had some people come on the plane, and then there were 2 guys who were left standing who couldn't get a seat. So they ushered them off the plane. Then they tried to find out who was on the plane that shouldn't have been on the plane, and maybe they were standby tickets or something that they let on. I know that I heard a guy say, "Oh no, I'm going to have to pull them from the plane. I just sent them on," stuff like that. I mean, it was really kind of weird, but it was just, it was a really, really long time. We didn't end up leaving Houston until like 8:20 or 8:30 Houston time. We were supposed to leave at 4:50, and so it was almost 4 hours that we were stuck there, longer in Houston. We got in here, and now it's almost 12:30. We had plans to go to Deluxe Burger. Now, granted, it wasn't a paid reservation, so we weren't out any money. It was just something we wanted to do. We were going to get here at 8. We'd be at Disney Springs by 9. We would go to Deluxe Burger because it was open till 11. We would have had a great time in Disney Springs. Instead, we didn't get here until 12:30 at night. Now, that's not a problem because we're from San Diego. It's only 9:30 in San Diego, so we're not tired. Don't mistake, the frustration or what have you for exhaustion. We're not like ready to go to bed. We're going to go to bed, but we're not tired just because it's 9:30 San Diego time. But it's still significantly later than we planned on being here. The good news is, and we always look on the bright side, we try to look on the bright side with just about everything. If you watch our channel for any length of time, we like to stay positive. Even in the negative experiences, we like to stay positive. And for this experience, the positive thing is we booked our flight the day before our actual trip, which means all these delays, this 4 hours and problems like that, it didn't affect any of our dining reservations. It's not going to affect our park day. We're still going to be able to get up. We're still going to Disney Springs in the morning to get a Gideon's Bakehouse cookie. We're still going to go to the boathouse. We're going to go into Epcot. No problems. Didn't affect our trip at all. And so that's the bright spot, the positive point. And yeah, we're looking forward to showing Walt Disney World to you. I forgot to mention a little mishap at the rental car place. So last year when we were here, rental terminal A was closed and you had to go to rental terminal B. And so we had to completely leave the terminal, go to a different terminal, that sort of thing. Well, I Googled and it said that the Alamo in rental terminal B was closed temporarily. So, okay, maybe that means A was back open. Well, I followed signs to go to A and ended up I was right next to bag check. And while I was standing there trying to figure out where the rental car to go was, Amy's bag popped up. So I just grabbed it. And then Amy appeared because I went ahead of her thinking, I was going to the rental car place. So she stayed back to look for my bag, and she, found where I was supposed to go for the rental car. So I went down there, followed all the signage, and I ended up in the outside lot to pick up your car. And the lady says, where's your barcode? I'm like, my barcode? I don't know. She's like, did you check in online? I was like, oh yeah, I checked in online, because I did. Checked in online. She says, well, it should have sent you a barcode. I was like, it didn't, because it told me to go to the front desk. Isn't this the desk? She's like, no, it's across the street. Well, I followed all the signage straight from the baggage, straight to the Alamo place, and there was no desk. So I went across the street, which was not connected to my terminal, by the way. I think it was end up being in Terminal B. And so we ended up going over there. And it's just kind of weird how all that turned out. It was kind of confusing, it really was. So just kind of keep that in mind if you're getting a rental car here in Orlando, that things can kind of be a little confusing. Also, I'd highly recommend not going with Thrifty or Dollar. I mean, we did last time. It wasn't a big deal. We liked the vehicle. But as you saw, Thrifty had a super huge long line. And that was the case last time. In fact, there were 3 people in front of me when I got in line last trip that we did. But then by the time I made it to the front, there was a massive line behind me. And one of my YouTuber buddies here, the Jet Experience, if you checked out the Jet Experience, he is a SoCal vlogger as well. And he recently made a trip to Walt Disney World in the spring break. And he waited 3 hours for his rental car. Didn't get to the place they were staying until 1 or 2 in the morning. Now, I mean, it's very comparable to where we are, but he arrived actually at 8. And waited in that crazy long line and all that sort of stuff. So he had, a much worse experience than we did for sure. Alamo, definitely way to go in terms of there was nobody there. So that was great. The car we got was a Chrysler minivan. Rides super smooth. Absolutely love it. Amy is going to try to convince me to buy one now because we don't have a minivan and she desperately wants one. I'm test driving a minivan for the very first time, so maybe she'll turn me into a minivan person. Anyway, like I said, we'll catch up with you tomorrow.